we're in a tricky moment for the cyclical stocks. On the one hand, these are economically sensitive stocks that perform worse than when the economy's slowing. Yeah, and it's definitely slowing. On the other hand, though, they're going to get a huge boost along with the broader economy when the Federal Reserve eventually starts cutting interest rates. And I think that's coming. When you look at the materials companies, though, right now they're trading like a recession is inevitable. And the Fed's too clueless to do anything about it, even though that's completely wrong. Take Cleveland-Cliffs, a major American steel producer with a focus on value-added sheet products, especially for the auto industry. Here's a stock that's down 45% from its highs in April. Just when it looked like it was stabilizing last month after a solid quarter, people started freaking out about the economy. And Cleveland-Cliffs became a house of pain, even though it delivered great numbers. It set a new 52-week low today. But, man, the moment that the Fed starts cutting rates, people will be kicking themselves for not owning the steels, including maybe especially this one. So do not take it from me. Let's check in with Lorenzo Goncalves. Now, Lorenzo is the chairman, president, and CEO of Cleveland-Cliffs. To get a better sense of what's happening here, Mr. Goncalves, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim. Always a pleasure speaking with you.
Okay, so let's go over this. I know as a former hedge fund manager that the stock you want to own when a Fed rate cut is coming is the coiled spring kind of stock. And that would be a company that reported great numbers, but people don't like it because of the cycle. That would be you. Could you please explain to people the way the market and the steel market work and how important this is to be able to try to start buying the stock?
Thanks for the opportunity, Jim. That's the right question at the right moment. Cleveland-Cliffs is a cyclical stock in a cyclical market, and cyclicality is a friend, not an enemy. At this point, we can only go one way, and the way is up. The economy continues to be in decent shape. Of course, the Fed will have to start acting on interest rates. All the things that were indicators that would allow them to be paralyzed are moving now. So it's about time for things to start to move in the other direction. Our business continues to perform. We are taking actions on our side to do our part. So there's only one way to go, and the way to go is up.
Well, now I searched the entire panoply of what can go on in the steel business to try to figure out why the prices keep falling. I come back to maybe a lot of people are using Mexico to bring in steel like they shouldn't because that's just patently illegal.
Well, prices at this point kind of stabilized at a low level, but they stabilized. Prices are no longer going down. As far as Mexico is a big problem. Mexico is not a friend. Mexico is a dumping ground for transshipment. Mexico will be taken care of in the next revision of the USMCA in July of 2026. We can no longer afford this situation with Mexico taking advantage of our free trade agreement with the United States and Canada. Both countries are being damaged by Mexico, and this is about time to stop.
I'm glad you mentioned Canada because I think that Stelco is a really excellent company. And if you get that deal done, it will just make it so your company is, I think, even a little less cyclicality, but tremendous value. But is there a chance that any one of these regulatory agencies can get in the way? I know Canada's in favor of it. I know the workers are in favor of it. But I don't trust our governments to be able to favor of anything.
Well, deals are approved because the deals make sense and the deals do not cross any lines or do not inflict any damage to important constituencies as the union. In our case, we have union support. We have support from the province of Ontario and from the federal government in Canada. We are doing a good thing for the country of Canada, and we are not buying anything that would conflict with the business that we have in the United States. Actually, Stelco is a big player in a portion of the market that Cleveland-Cliffs is not strong. We are strong in high value-added, high-end automotive, stainless, electrical steels. Stelco is in the commodity side of the business. So it fills a void in our portfolio, and we will not have any problems in clearing antitrust or anything like that.
Excellent.
So it will be a smooth closing. We're going to be done by way before the end of the year.
Okay, well, let's talk about another deal that I think you're not a big fan of. Nippon Steel buying Letter X, U.S. Steel, which initially you wanted to buy. You reference it, actually. You talk about it in your most recent conference call. You talked about Mike Pompeo, who's got an interesting piece in the Journal not that long ago, and that he may be damaged goods. He's obviously at the forefront of trying to get this deal done. Do you think we'll have success when current President Biden and potential President Trump are saying this one's dead in the water?
Look, there are very few things that can unite both sides. The opposition to that Nippon Steel deal is one of the very few. Neither the Harris side nor the Trump side would support anything related to the Nippon Steel deal. That said, Mike Pompeo, being a paid supporter of the deal, just signed off not to be part of any possible Trump cabinet going forward. So, like I said in the conference call, damaged goods, Mike Pompeo and hundreds of other paid opinionators that were hired by either U.S. Steel or Nippon Steel is not advancing the ball, and the fate of the deal is being decided. Good luck to both U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel. I'm focused on Stelco right now. Right. That's the important deal for us.
Understood, but you have done 2 deals in 1 year, so you actually are capable of doing many deals if you'd like to do. If you think that they're valuable to shareholders, I know you will do them. But I would think that buying your own stock down here versus buying another company after Stelco might be a better investment, that maybe your stock's a better buy than owning U.S. Steel.
At this point, we are the most undervalued among all. And we are the ones that are focused on the high end. We are filling the gap by acquiring Stelco and playing a bigger role in the commodity side of the business. So we're very comfortable where we are at. We will continue to build the business. We are going downstream with the production of transformers. We are doing what we do best. We are doing what we have to do in order to continue to generate real value for the shareholders. Unfortunately, in a cyclical business, that doesn't happen every day, and eventually that doesn't happen every quarter. But in the long run, that's where the value is. We'll continue to work that way.
Yep, and I'm sorry that we did not get to talk about Weirton and the Transformers, because that's a fantastic business that you're going into. And I feel badly. I would have liked to talk more about trade policy, because I think that what you said about Mexico, unfortunately, is true. They have a new president there. I was kind of hoping things would change. Hasn't changed yet. Anyway, that's Lorenzo Goncalves. He's the chairman, president, and CEO of Cleveland Cliffs. Guys, if you want the coiled spring, you just heard it. That's this one. Lorenzo, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jim. Always a pleasure being with you.
Thank you. Mad Money's back in for the break.